Devils Boyle scores on hockey fights cancer night. Newark, Brian Boyle has devoted almost all of his life pursuing his passion for hockey and wanting to play in the NHL. The panic he experienced in training camp when he was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia has obviously forever altered his mindset. But with the disease under control thanks to medication, Boyle knows he can use his experience to help others. That was a big part of NHL Hockey Fights Cancer Night at Prudential Center, as Boyle, along with his family, including his wife, Lauren, son, Declan and infant daughter, Isabella, took part in the ceremonial opening face-off, and the Devils wore Boyle Strong 11 patches on their lavender warm-up jerseys. Instead of just thinking about it on the day when we put on the lavender jerseys and tape our sticks, it's something that's really hit home with me and I appreciate the initiative all the more, Boyle said. Boyle, playing in his 12th game, added to the day when he scored on the power play to give the Devils a 2-1 lead against the Vancouver Canucks and received a Brian Boyle chant from the crowd. Boyle was at the crease to knock the puck in, but it was Will Butcher who made the play as he skated into another gear and got past the Canucks defense before feeding Boyle. Boyle immediately pointed to Butcher and gave the rookie a huge hug. He was named the #1 star of the game after the 3-2 Devils victory. "It's part of a club you don't want to necessarily be in, but I'm doing really well," he said in a post-game interview on the ice. "I feel great and the support from everybody here, all of you guys, unbelievable. I'm speechless." Earlier, as part of the Hockey Fights Cancer initiative, 80-year-old Abdi Ayokolazo of Perth Amboy, who has leukemia, was chosen as the team's honorary coach of the day and spent much of the day around the players and coaching staff. During the morning skate, Golazo even drew up a Hail Mary play for Boyle, Captain Andy Green, Taylor Hall, and Miles Wood. "He was 3, he told me, when he had it," Boyle said. "Just imagine what he has to go through in the holidays with his family and, if you have siblings, what they're seeing. It affects everybody. It's not fair. It's not fair when kids have to go through with this. It's not fair when parents have to try to explain it to a different kid in the family, explain what's wrong with your brother or sister. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. I've seen it a lot lately. I've seen it at the Children's Hospital up in Boston," added Boyle, 32, who grew up in Hingham, Mass. "What we're doing is so important. If we can raise as much as we can for research or as much as we can so you can get treatments like the one I have, where the side effects, all things considered, are minimal to zero and you can live a normal life. It's a scary word. It's always going to be a scary word because of what can happen." The lavender warm-up jerseys and lavender taped sticks the Devils used in warm-ups will be auctioned off to raise funds for the Valerie Fund Children's Center for Cancer and Blood Disorders at Children's Hospital of New Jersey at Newark Beth Israel Medical Center. Other funds raised on Friday will be earmarked for a charity of Boyle's choosing. "He's a fantastic guy who works really hard," rookie Jesper Bratt, 19, said of Boyle, who occupies the locker stall just to his left in the Devils' room at the Rock. "It's really impressive how he can come back and be such the player that he is. He's a role model for all of us. I really look up to him." From the moment he announced he had leukemia in September, Boyle has said that his goal was just to return to being a regular hockey player. Lately, that's how he's felt. "I think I'm back to my old self as far as hockey affects me," Boyle said. "It was kind of rolling off my back a little bit more than normal my first few games. Now, there are some mistakes, some things I can do better that are sticking with me a little longer. Some of the disagreements I have on the ice are turning into more of a reaction from me. I feel good. But I do reflect every day and not lose sight of what's happened.